Okay, in case you're not in class, we're going to use Excel here to make this data. So the first thing to do is in your maths folder, this is where I'm going to put mine. I'm just going to open up an Excel spreadsheet, give an appropriate name. Also going to open up a related Word document just so you can paste things in. And then we open up our spreadsheet. Now, it's a real pain to flip between things to get data, so I'm just going to copy the data and paste it nearby just so I can see it. I'll make it a bit smaller. And the first thing we're going to do is create some lists. I'd like to make the rows a bit wider, so just select some rows, go to Format, into your row height, and just about 20 is probably fine. And then you can make them wider as you like, or just by dragging. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, got to decide which is going to be the explanatory and response. It already became clear that the response here would be the days, and the income would be the explanatory, if you like, or the independent variable. So I'm going to put that in the first column. So I'm going to call it income. I may as well use the same thing. And then put the days spent on holiday. Okay, and then we just put the data in, so it doesn't matter how you do this. I'm going to pause this while I do this, but it's basically just putting it all in. Where it all is, but it's a very good idea to double check. So there are 10, counted up 10. I can see I've done 10. I'm just double checking everything. And if I go down the second one, the first one looks like that, there's a mistake. So always double check. You don't want to go through all this process and make a mistake. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, just to tidy this up a bit, I'm going to center it. So I've selected the data and just center it here with that center tool. And you might want to bold up the headings. So select the headings and bold them up. You can change colors and all that. The other thing you might want to do, you might want to put this in your spreadsheet into a Word document. So we might want to then put grid lines around it. So you click on this here, you can see all borders, that'll do. You can make them thinner or thicker. You can change the width of the columns and all that if you like, that's okay. I'll just quickly copy that. So if I copy that and I open up the Word document that I've created, I could give a title. I'll do the title properly later. I don't like this layout. I'm just going to make narrow margins. And then I can just paste that data in. There it is there. So that's a quick way if you're doing a science report or a report for another VC subject or maths, you can do that. So back to our spreadsheet, what do we do next? How do we create a graph? Well, it turns out to be pretty easy. So we just select it and we go across to insert and we look across here and you can see there's some charts. Well, we're going to make a scatter plot. So a scatter plot is this one here and there's all sorts of options. We don't want to connect the dots or anything, so just choose the first one. There it is. Now, that was pretty easy, as you can see. I'll just move that out of the way. This doesn't want to go. Actually, I'll just get rid of it. Okay, so there's a couple of things we can do this. You'll notice the axes don't have any labels. We've got a heading. We might want to change that. I'm not going to, but you can just click on it and change it to whatever you think is appropriate. But if you hit the plus button, you can see there's an option there to put axes titles. So we're going to do that. So you just click on it. Now remember the vertical axis was days spent on holiday. So I'm just going to call it days. Oh, hang on. Let's get out of that. Delete that for some reason. I don't know why that happened. So once we've typed them in, we've got our scatter plot. And I can make that big or small, and I can copy it into my Word doc. Now, there's two things to note here when you copy this. You can paste it in as an active graph. So when it goes into your Word doc, if you change something on your spreadsheet, for example, if I change this from 23 to say 45, notice that dot moves. If we go to our Word doc, you can see it's moved in there as well automatically because it's linked. Now, I'll just change that back to what it was, 23, I think it was. Okay, if we go back to our Word doc, you can see it's linked. Now, sometimes you do not want that to happen. You want your Word doc to be independent. So you can then, I'm going to just delete that, hang on. Then, when you go to copy it, so we copy it again. This time when you paste it into your Word doc, do a special, paste special, and just put it in as a picture. Doesn't matter which type of picture you use or whether it's a graphic object or whatever. I'm just going to use, I don't know, JPEG. Chuck it in, there it is. So that's how you can do a scatter plot into your spreadsheet. It's pretty simple. Also, if you wanted to put a line of best fit, which you learned about in the previous topic, you go to trend line. Okay, got that out of the way now. Trend line, more options. Okay, so we want linear. That should be fine. Am I happy with it? Yeah, I'm happy with it. Do I want to set the intercept? No, I don't. Do I want to display the equation? Sure. That's the linear equation. And if I want to display r squared, well, we'll learn about r squared this topic, but I'm just going to display it. It's pretty easy to display. And that happens to be our line of best fit for this bit. And I can actually move it if I wanted to, but I'm going to leave it how it is. So that's another thing you can do. You can also change the colors of these things if you want. But you can explore that yourself. And that's it.